Well, hello, and welcome back down the old rabbit hole. I'm your Uncle 480, and I'm back, bitch. Hi, haters. Sorry I went AWOL on you guys. I work all day in the Arizona heat. On top of that, about a month ago, I got a promotion, and other than the labor, I have had so much responsibility thrown under my belt, so I had to take a step back from the social media plate to try to focus on what's important in life, which is advancement. And yeah, say no more because we're here, man. I feel fucking great. And I want to tell you guys a story that takes place about 4 months after Tales of the Street, where I believed that this crazy Mexican tweaker guy was going to hack me and one of my best friends to death. So into our psychedelic time machine we go. Smoke DMT. So once again, little recap. I was living in this extended stay hotel where you can rent it for the night if you're a traveler, or you could stay there as long as you want if you pay month to month. Now, it wasn't like I'm living in a fucking hotel room. I had it was basically like a one-bedroom apartment. I had my living room with a bathroom and a little kitchen area, and then adjacent to it was my bedroom with the bed and then another bathroom. So I was living there with my baby's mom, my son, and just making shit work. If anyone remembers Ramel from the intoxication conversation videos, if you guys don't know who he is, go check out the intoxication conversation. It's definitely going to come back someday, but we'll talk about that a little later. One of my greatest friends, shout out to him. He lives in the East Coast now. I love you, dude. I hope you find whatever it is you're looking for out there. So he had come over one day, right? We were just kicking it. We were broke as fuck, as we always were. And I lived on the third floor of this place. But the elevator was broken, right? So you would go in the elevator, and the elevator would take like a good minute and a half to close. So we go in the elevator. We know this. We hit, floor 3. We're sitting there just talking, waiting for the door to close. And as we're talking, I make eye contact with this guy. He's like staring at me. And in his hand, he's holding like a half-smoked cigarette, and he's looking like he's putting something in the cigarette. And he's just staring at me. So I see this guy, and he just immediately starts walking up to me. So I'm like patting Ramel on the shoulder. I'm like, yo, dude, check it out. So he walks up. He's like, hey, guys, you guys got a rolling paper? I was like, not on me, man. I'm sorry. He's like, shit, well, I got a little bit of weed. I'm trying to smoke a joint, man. You know where I can find a rolling paper around here? So me and Ramel are broke stoners. No weed. We want to get high. I'm like, well, I've got a rolling paper up in my apartment. Will you smoke the joint with us? And he's like, yeah, absolutely, man. No problem. I'm like, hop on in. Let's go up. So he gets in. The door finally shuts. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I'm Icarus. And Ramel's like, I'm Armageddon, whatever. So the dude seems pretty chill, like, all right, cool. So we go up. My baby's mom and my son were gone at her mother's house. So there's no problem there. So we go inside. I'm like, hey, have a seat, man. Make yourself at home. You need anything? You want any water or anything, bro? He's like, no, we're good. He's like, actually, I could use something to break this weed up on. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Here's a DVD case. He's like, all right, cool. So the dude starts breaking up the weed. We sit down. I'm like, oh, bro, like, where are you from? He's like, oh, I'm from Arizona City, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm going to go meet a homie in a little bit. I just want to get a little stoned before I go. I'm like, hey, that's what's up, bro. So this dude breaks up the weed very finely. And now all the weed's broken up, ready to be rolled into a joint. But this dude has like an ID or a credit card or something, and he just starts just mixing the weed around, just moving it around, 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 moving it around. Like this goes on for like a good 7-8 minutes, and we're just sitting there like, motherfucker, are you gonna roll this goddamn joint? Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So we're just like, me and Ramel kind of look at each other, make eye contact, like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And he's just going at it, and his face is just so nonchalant, I'm like, all right, whatever. Eventually, This guy rolls a fucking joint, rolls it up, and he's like, yeah, let's light it up. So at this place we were living at, there's security that walks around all the time. I was very paranoid about smoking weed in the living room. I was like, we have to do it in the bathroom because I don't want security to know we're smoking marijuana in this place, and I'll get fucking kicked out, and back in the streets I go. So I told him, we can't light that up here. We got to go smoke in this tiny bathroom. I apologize. It's just a security precaution. He's like, no problem, man. Let's go. So we go inside, light up, Mary Jane, do you love me, Mary Jane? We're just smoking, dude, just having a good time. Weird cholo guy, best friend. I'm high as fuck. We're having a good time. About halfway through this joint, this guy's like, hey, man, how old are you? I was about 20 at the time. Ramel was 19. I was like, I'm 20. He's like, I'm 19. He's like, man, you guys are young. I'm 28 years old. We're like, oh, man, don't even worry about it, bro. You don't even look 28. He's like, yeah, but you guys shouldn't smoke pot. What? Yeah, you guys shouldn't smoke pot. You know why? Because this shit's bad for you, bro. It causes cancer and shit. You could die from this shit. So me being a new stoner, I'm just basically like, well, actually, tetrahydrocannabinol is actually non-lethal. It actually has a lot of medicinal purposes. He's like, no, dude, it doesn't. You can die from this shit. As he's hitting the joint, I'm like, okay, dude. And he passes the joint to my friend Ramel, and he's smoking it, and he's like, yeah, dude, he's like, you guys are so young, man. You have your life ahead of you, dude. You should really think about the choices you make. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I fucking feel you, dude. And I'm like, this is kind of fucking weird. Like, why is he telling us not to smoke weed, but he's smoking weed with us? So, I had just started getting tattooed. I probably got, a tattoo a week. So I had a bunch of fresh ink and shit. So I'm hitting the joint. I pass it to him. He grabs my arm and pulls it. He's like, oh, my God, dude. Your tattoos are amazing. I was like, oh, thanks, dude. Be careful touching my arm, though. They're new. He's like, oh, my bad. So I have a little purple rose here. He, really loved that. He's like, dude, I love the purple rose. I love how it bleeds. The purple just bleeds from it, dude. And I'm like, he's gripping my hand. I'm like, thanks, man. He's like, dude, I got a couple tattoos here, bro. Check it out. I got Jesus Christ right here. He had a Jesus piece and shit. And he's like, yo, actually, let me show you something. So he takes his shirt off. He turns around, and on his back, it said Gonzalez. And then it had, right here, and then, under his shoulder blades, it had two, topless women, with angel wings. He's like, yeah, these are my two loves in life. This is Crystal, and this is Mary. I'm like, oh, dude, those are sick tattoos. They look like prison tattoos, but yeah, pretty cool, man. So at the time, I was so high, I didn't realize what he was saying was Mary Jane and crystal methamphetamine. So we're getting high as shit. We're stoned. We leave the bathroom, go and sit back down in the living room. And now I'm like, okay, this guy's kind of fucking weird. I really want this guy to leave. And it was the clouds opened up and God said, you know what, Icarus? Today you're going to get what you want. Because he was like, you know what, guys? Can I use your phone real quick? I'm like, yeah, sure. So he mentioned that he wanted to hang out with a homie. I thought, he's going to call up his homie. Be like, hey, dude, I'm over here chilling. Where you at? Awesome, bro. I'll see you in a little bit. Hey, guys, thanks for hanging out. And dip out. Well, we wouldn't have an Icarus story time if that was the fucking case, would we? Instead, he asked, hey, can I use the phone? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I give him a landline phone that we have in this place, and he dials a number, and he just starts arguing with some bitch. Hello? Hey, the fuck? Why aren't you answering my fucking calls? Now, fuck that bitch. The fuck you doing? Why aren't you answering my fucking calls? I swear to God, bitch, I fucking hate you. The fuck are you fucking doing? Blah, 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 blah. And me and Ramel are sitting here like, what the fuck is this? What is going on? So he's going back and forth. She hangs up on him. He tries calling her back, and obviously she doesn't answer the phone. So he's like, fuck! He's like, you have another phone I can use? And Ramel's high and scared. He's like, yeah, dude, you can use my phone. So he calls her on a brand new iPhone 4. This is when the iPhone 4 just came out. Calls her, and he's like, but he starts arguing with her again, and he's like, you know what, can I step outside and have a little bit of privacy? Ramel's high as fuck. He's like, yeah, man, go ahead. I'm like, nope. Yeah, nah, man, I'm sorry. He's like, what's the problem? I'm like, dude, that's a brand new iPhone. We don't really know you. Like, I really can't leave you alone with that, especially outside. He's like, come on, dude. Like, I smoked you guys out. Like, I thought we were cool. I was like, yeah, dude, like, that's not happening. Like, you can talk outside. Like, we'll give you a little privacy, but we have to be in the vicinity. So we step about a good 15 feet away from him. Like, yeah, dude, do your thing. So he's like arguing with this chick. And I'm like looking at Ramel, like, what the fuck are we going to do? So she hangs up on him, and then he keeps trying to call her back. I'm like, hey, man, it doesn't seem like she's going to answer. Like, can I get that phone back? And he's like, starts like just talking shit. Like, man, this fucking bitch, bro. Like, this fucking bitch. I was like, hey, dude, just women, man. Like, it's going to be all good, dude. Just like chill out, bro. He's like, yeah, fuck. I'm like, give me the fucking iPhone. So I get the iPhone from him. I'm like, all right, cool. How are we going to ditch this guy? I was like, hey, dude, we got to dip out here soon. It was nice meeting you, bro. And he was like, wait a minute, can I get some water? I was like, he's like, you know, it's illegal to deny somebody water in Arizona. I was like, yeah, this is legit a law apparently. So I was like, all right, man, I'll get you some fucking water. So I go and I fill up some ice and I pour some purified water into a red Solo cup. I go back outside and I hand it to him like, here you go. He looks at me and says, take a drink of it. I'm like, what? He said, take a drink of it. I want to see you drink it. Okay, so I take a little drink. Take another drink. It's fucking good. It's water. I open my mouth. I let it waterfall in my mouth like it's water, dude. He's like, okay, man. You know, it's just some people are assholes and like to pour toilet water inside people's water cups. And I'm like, all right, dude. Well, do you want the water? He never took the fucking water. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, okay. So as this is going on, security turns the corner, and at this point, I say to myself, we need to get the fuck out of here. So I grab Ramel. I'm like, hey, dude, we got to go do that thing. We're gonna get out of here. So I grab Ramel by the shoulder. I'm like, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here. He's like scared as fuck, walking with us, and he's like, dude, security's right there. Dude, security's right there. Like, let me walk with you guys. I'm like, fuck, dude. So we start going down the stairs, and once we lose sight of him, we just start running. Dip the fuck out, run back to my apartment, shut the door. He's gone. Everything's good. We're like, what the hell was that? And about 24 hours later, well, maybe a little longer than that, the next night, I get a knock on the door, which is, you know, not abnormal because I have a lot of friends who would just come kick it, knock on the door, like, hey, you want to smoke a blunt, dude? So I open the door. It's this guy. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm about to get shot. This is game over. He's like, hey, can I use your phone? I'm like, yeah, dude. So I get my landline, give it to him. He starts arguing with this chick again for about 5 minutes, knocks on the door, hands me the phone. He's like, thank you, dips out. So the next night, I get a phone call from one of my best friends, Lydia. She worked at a Circle K. She calls me. She's like, who the fuck are you hanging out with at that fucking place? I'm like, no one. Why? She's like, this weird Mexican dude came in, asked to use the phone, started arguing with some chick, hung up and said, hey, I like your gauges. My homie has big-ass gauges, which I did at the time, obviously. He lives over at Legacy Suites. We kick it all the time. She's like, what's his name? It's Joey. Okay. Oh, shit, I just gave my name. Whatever. Well, that's my best friend. And he's like, yeah, he's my homie. We kick it all the time. I was like, yo, that dude's insane. That dude does not... I don't fucking kick it with that guy. And I gave the story just as I told you. She's like, wow, that's insane. So about 2 nights later, I get a knock on the door. I look, and I can't see who it is, so I open the door. It's this guy. Hey, can I use your phone? Yeah, man, here you go. Calls, starts arguing with some chick, hangs up, and leaves. About 3 days later, I find out on Fox 10 News that this guy hacked 4 people to death with a fucking machete. I'm just kidding. Nah, never saw the guy again in my life. But yeah, it was pretty fucking weird. But yeah, that's my story, bro. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I am Icarus Story Time. Please follow me on Instagram at Uncle Icarus. All one word, as you see mashed here together because my old Instagram got deleted. But yeah, at Uncle Icarus, give me a follow. Again, I'm sorry for the little AWOL shit, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. But If you ever need to find me, all you gotta do is jump down the rabbit's hole, take a left at the Land of Oz, and from there it's second star to the right and straight on till morning. You'll find yourself in that state of consciousness before you fall asleep and start dreaming, and right there, my friends, that's where I'm always going to love you, and that's where I'm gonna be waiting. I'm Tuck Gang till I die. I'm Tuck Gang till I die. I know I am. I'm sure I am. I'm Tuck Gang till I die. Peace, love, and smoke DMT.